I've never done this before. It's first time.
Good job.
Carmen, do you want to check if it's live on Facebook on your phone? All right. I think we're live on Facebook. Yep. Okay. We're here tonight for Oil EDU. This is session number 7. And tonight we are talking about balancing hormones. Super excited about that. So Norma is going to be the one sharing all of the good information with us. So I'm going to let a few more people into the room here. And if you have questions, just put them in the chat. And then Norma, periodically just double check in with me if we have any questions and I can read them out to you. And I'm super excited for all of us to learn about balancing hormones using oils. So ready, set, go. It's all you now, Norma.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Norma, and I've taught this class a couple of times before today, and I'm really passionate about all things hormones, probably because of my age, just saying. But I am using a new PowerPoint today. Anyway, I switched like an hour ago. So, but I really like the content of it. So I'm gonna be reading a lot of the slides with you guys. But I thought the information was super on point and so easy to follow. So that's the reason why I chose to switch it out the last minute. But welcome, and let's get started. So these are just some little funny things. I really like this one. My kids even talk to each other about doTERRA essential oils. They'd be like, I think Mama needs her Clary Calm. And for those who don't know what Clary Calm is, it's called the monthly blend for women, and it has all these amazing oils in it. And I'll talk about it a little bit more as we go into the slides, but this one it was funny. So I thought I'd start with that one. Okay, so balance. It's important to maintain hormonal balance, and you'll see as I go on how, I mean, it's such a fine line between being in balance and getting out of hormonal balance. I mean, it could happen just with you not sleeping good during the night, or if you're stressed, under a lot of stress, your body will react, creating cortisol in the body. It's just amazing. It's just a fine balancing act. So, so that's why it's important. I'm glad you guys are here and to learn about how to best keep the balance with our hormones. So when we're talking about hormones, we're going to be talking about estrogen and progesterone in particular. And the role of estrogen, it builds up the uterine lining, it increases body fat, depression, headache, it interferes with your thyroid hormone, it increases blood clots, decreases libido, impairs blood sugar control, which is why it's really, really hard, like for women, when it's that time of the month for them. That is when you're going to find that you're more prone to want the sweets, the carbohydrates. Your body is just looking for that fix. And then increase in risk of endometrial cancer and increased risk of breast cancer. This is all the role of the estrogen, and when your estrogen is really dominant, like if it's too high. So that's why, again, it's good to kind of find that balance with both of these. Okay, now the role of progesterone is it maintains your uterine lining. It helps use fat for energy. It's an antidepressant. It facilitates thyroid hormone action. It normalizes blood clotting, restores libido. It regulates blood sugar control, protects from endometrial cancer, and probable prevention of breast cancer. So again, we're talking about that fine line of keeping the estrogen level down to a healthy level and not letting it take over the progesterone's role. And then you'll feel better. Your body's more balanced. Okay, let's go on. So balancing hormones. As women age, their bodies naturally decrease production of estrogen and progesterone. So that's just naturally what occurs, but it doesn't just affect older women. Any woman who's of menstruating years, teenagers, they go through the hormone fluctuation and you know, and then their behavior, their emotions, it all gets affected. So there's something here for everybody, not just the older women. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the 3 different hormones. And then, so the shy kid in the playground are naturally produced estrogen. This is what our body naturally produces on a daily level. And then the hero on the playground is the phyto or plant-based estrogen. So this is not what our body produces. This is something that we would take naturally. And then the bully on the playground is the xenoestrogens. So what are xenoestrogens? Here's some examples. It's the conventional meat and dairy products produced by cows fed a diet rich in estrogen grains, which are loaded with hormones. So xenoestrogens are sort of man-made, lab-made, chemical-made estrogen that your body, it doesn't know how to distinguish between natural estrogen that your body's making or the estrogens that are plant-based that are actually good for you. Your body just absorbs whatever's available to it at the time. That's the problem. And then some more hormone disruptors, cosmetics, plastics, beverages, canned goods, refined sugar, processed foods. All of these are great examples of how we can take better control of our hormone situation by making some small adjustments with our cosmetics. Even the plastics that we use, making sure that they're BPA free. Even with canned goods, refined sugar, that's just all just, your body does not need that. Of course, we crave it, but we don't need it. Okay, let me move on. So some good examples of switching out some products. These are the Virage line, skin line. It contains plant extracts that have been extensively researched and shown to promote youthful looking skin. But the main thing is it's really good for you. It's good for your body. And again, it's something that your body recognizes as natural, and it's good for us when we put it on, because it's not a xenoestrogen. Okay. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to put it in the chat, and then Christy will help me out, okay? Because I don't always look at the chat as I'm talking. Feel free to ask any questions.
There weren't any questions yet, but definitely anybody can type any questions in as they come up.
Yeah, okay. Let me see. Okay, and then another good example of removing xenoestrogens from our products. It's the shampoo, the conditioners, all of these. The Root to Tip serum is my favorite, and actually the conditioner. Well, all of these, I like them all, and I know that it's good for me, because when you're washing your hair, again, your skin is like the biggest organ in your whole body, and it absorbs everything. And when you're in the shower in particular, your pores are open because you're in the shower, the water's warm, and all of that just opens up your pores. So again, that is, you're just inviting all of whatever you're using into your body. So this is another quick switch that you can do to help you out as far as protecting your skin, protecting your hormones, reducing the xenoestrogens that we come in contact with each and every day. Okay, so the saturation of xenoestrogen, it compromises fertility, it causes menopause to start early, thyroid disorders, cancer can develop. I remember there was I don't know if it was so much a study, but it happened in Puerto Rico. A lot of the young girls, they were like between 8 and 10, and they all started menstruating very young, and they realized that it had to do with the milk they were drinking had a heavy hormone content. And so so they realized that that's what was causing these girls at a young age to start their menstruation so early. So it really makes a huge difference. If there's one thing you can switch out, it would be switching to organic milk. Yeah, honestly, even doctors, well, some doctors would even tell you that switching to an organic milk is actually one of the best things. If that's the only thing you can switch out, then switch that out, because that would make a huge difference. Okay. And I know some doctors, when they're checking for your hormone levels, they check your estrogen levels through this sort of testing, but these sort of tests, they miss the toxic estrogen. We're all toxic based on toxic products we use daily. But again, these tests just pick up the estrogen. They don't necessarily classify it one way or another. It just lumps it all together, like, oh, you have high estrogen, but they don't really tell you, oh, but it's the toxic kind or it's the plant-based kind. It doesn't differentiate. So I thought that was super interesting with this slide. And then let's see. Okay, so this is a product that doTERRA makes. It's phytoestrogen, and it is plant-based. It's an adaptogenic. It helps balance your hormones. And I think it goes into a more, let me see. Okay, let me see. Phytoestrogen has been amazing for my skin. This is just a testimony, but I suffered from embarrassing cystic acne for years, and I started taking the phytoestrogen a little over 2 years ago, and my skin cleared up. So these are just testimonies, but I can just speak from using this product myself and then other people that I know. So usually older women who are perimenopause or going through menopause, they usually take it every day. This helps regulate your hormones. It helps. So what it does, in a nutshell, it cleans out the receptor sites in a cell. So this is going to get kind of sciencey, but it makes so much more sense. So each cell has receptor sites. And when those receptor sites are open, whatever is floating in your cell, say it's estrogen, it binds into that receptor site. It takes over. But what happens with these xenoestrogen, they come in and they mimic the regular estrogen or the healthy estrogen, and it takes over that receptor site. So when the healthy estrogen comes floating in, it's like, oh, I'm not needed because there's no open space for me. So this is the problem. This is the problem, and why women suffer so much with their hormones, and why this phytoestrogen comes in and it's so helpful. So it comes in and it helps to clear out the xenoestrogen, the bad estrogen. It clears it out of the receptor sites so that the healthy one, the healthy estrogen, can come in and now take over the receptor site. So in a nutshell, that's the easiest way I can explain that and how it works and why this product is amazing. So usually older women will take it every day. The younger women who maybe are not going through menopause yet, but are maybe starting or in the early stages of perimenopause. So what these women choose to do is they will start taking it in the 2 weeks during their ovulation. So once you start ovulating, then they'll start taking it, because that's when they need the the emotional support, the brain fog, all of that comes into play. And then, so they'll use it for the next 2 weeks until they start menstruating, and then they'll stop. So it's kind of like 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off type of thing. And that's helpful for them. But I know that for older women who are going through menopause, who need help with the hot flashes and all of that, they tend to take it every day, and they find the best support taking it every day. So that's the phytoestrogen, and I really, really like it. Okay. So another thing about this one is that people confuse the soy extract from the negative form of soybeans or soy in general, because it is made from soy, from the soy extract, but it's not the, it's not the bad one. So I just wanted to put that in there, because it is the good kind, and your body does recognize it and it likes it. So it's actually good for us. Okay, so it helps with irregular cycles, if you're cramping, migraines, heavy clotting, PMS, all of that. That's what the phytoestrogen is really good for. Hot flashes, low libido, again, this is all helpful to take it. And again, you can decide whether you're going to take it 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, or take it every day. Okay, so another amazing product is the bone nutrient. And this one, again, the phytoestrogen that I was talking about balances 3 to 4 hormones, but when we combine it with the bone nutrient, it balances 26 to 28 hormones. So it really packs a punch. And the bone nutrient, again, it's going to have magnesium, the calcium, and all of that. So your body absorbs it better. And that's why they put both of them together. So your body is able to absorb it. And it's good for your bone mass, your bone density, all of that. Okay. So what is your stress like? Stress can up cortisol, and cortisol can block progesterone production. Now, again, progesterone is our friend. We want to make sure that our body keeps producing that. So what's a great way to kind of up our progesterone is to place several drops of grapefruit in water a day to stop the cortisol from blocking the progesterone. But that's just when you're stressed out. So another good way for you to relieve stress, and I think there's another slide that's going to go into, eating well, nutritious food, and exercising, and going out for a walk. If that's all you do, even if it's just 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day, getting out there in the sun and walking, it's so important. And exercise is actually so good just for your bone density as well, especially as you get older. But it's really, really good. But it's important that we keep our stress to a minimum. I know it's difficult. Our life is crazy, and especially right now, but super important to use your oils, Serenity, anything calming to help you keep your stress at bay. Okay. And let me see. Okay, so these are really good hormone balancers. We have basil, geranium, clary sage, fennel, thyme, sandalwood, ylang ylang. These are all really good to balance your hormones. You can either DIY it, make your own, and apply it to your inner wrist, to your ankles. All of that is really, really good to balance your hormones. If you're not a DIYer, then you can use that Clary Calm. It has all of those in there, and it's just really, really good to keep your hot flashes at bay, and just your emotion, the brain fog, all of that. It just helps with all of that. Okay, so here, another important thing of why we should exercise, because it helps manage the weight. I know as we get older, our hormones just kind of wreak havoc on our body, and we tend to start to gain weight, especially around the tummy area. That's a real common area. And I think it's just because of all the sugar and stuff that it makes us crave. But we've got to just really focus on our nutrition, making sure we're just eating a well-balanced meal. I know not everybody does this, and it's not on my slide, but I really like intermittent fasting, and it works for me. I think I've been doing it for about 3 years, and it has really helped me. I used to work out a lot like crazy, and I love it. I still do, but I think I like yoga more now and going for walks and that sort of thing. But honestly, just doing the intermittent fasting has helped me just kind of maintain my weight and help me with the cravings and that sort of thing. So yeah, it improves your body, and then it also improves your production of hormones. Just going for the walk. Number one, it reduces your cortisol because you're happy, you're walking, you're de-stressing. So it's just a win-win all around. So get out there, and if nothing else, go for a walk, do some yoga, any of that. All of that is really good. Okay. Okay, so another important thing is our nutrition. Making sure our body's getting the nutrients that it needs. And doTERRA has the Lifelong Vitality Pack, which has all these 3 oils. It has your fish oils, your Microplex, which is your food-based vitamin, and then your Alpha CRS. Honestly, the Alpha CRS, they're all really good, but the Alpha CRS is the star here. It's just, it has so many awesome, amazing things in there that really help our body. And the good thing about this is that your body recognizes all of the nutrients. So when you take it, you're not going to see the yellow pee coming out, because your body recognizes it and it places it where it needs to go. So that's really important when you're supplementing your body, is that your body recognizes it. So these ingredients have been shown to manage oxidation, maintain a healthy inflammatory response, and even influence hormonal activity. So if you guys haven't tried it, this is a great place to start. And actually, they're amazing because they're doTERRA gives you a 30-day money-back guarantee, and it's actually their #1 selling product for doTERRA. You would think it's the oils, but nope, it's this baby right here, because it really works and people know it. So it's just something that they take every day. Okay, so hormonal headaches, who's had those? I know I have. So what's really good is to try grapefruit and thyme on the roof of your mouth. So you just place it on your thumb and you just place it right on the roof of your mouth. And then, so that's internally. And then you can place lavender and frankincense on your temples, and that'll help with your hormonal headaches. Yeah, so again, some people just that time of the month, and you know it's coming because you start getting these headaches. So let me move on. Okay, so again, if you're not a DIYer and you don't want to make your own hormone balancing roller ball, then doTERRA offers Whisper. And this one, honestly, like everyone thinks it smells like baby powder, but it's honestly, it's sort of like a perfume, and that's how women use it. But it will adapt to your body, your scent, and it smells different. Once you apply it, it smells different on everybody, because everyone just has their own, I know there's a word and I'm not thinking of it, what it is. Your own body composition, basically, and it'll smell different on everybody. So it smells really, really good. But it helps to support endocrine system. It balances your hormones, and it makes you feel stress-free and calm, and it improves femininity. So it's very female smelling. I don't know, there's no other word for it, but it smells really, really good. So I would give it a try if you guys want Let's see what else. Okay, so here's Claricalm. It helps balance hormones. It provides temporary respite from cramps, nausea, hot flashes, and emotional swings. Emotional swings. I know that if you put it on the back of your neck, it kind of gives you like a cooling sensation. And I think that's how it takes down the hot flashes. But it also has Vitex, and that really helps with your hormone imbalancing. So this is a really good one. And again, it's for those who don't want to do the DIY. Then doTERRA packages it nicely, and it's already comes in a roller ball, so it's perfect. You just have to apply it to your inner wrists, and then your ankles, like the inside of your ankles, and you can apply it to the back of your neck, and that'll really help. And again, you can choose to do it every day, or this is another one where you just like once you start ovulating, like those 2 weeks right there before you start your period, you can start then and just kind of work your way up. And then you can use it through while you're menstruating as well. Or like I said, every day. That's up to you and how you want to deal with your hormones. Everyone's just a little different, and their experience is a little different. So, Okay, so all of these resources, these are the resources where they came from. Dr. Axe, he has a lot of good stuff. And I know it's not up here. Like I said, I switched at the last minute, but if you guys are looking for another great resource, I have the book. Excuse me. I really like this. It's it's probably going to be backwards, but it's the Essential Oil Hormone Solution, and it's by Dr. Maritza Snyder. She's also on Instagram, and she just wrote this, I call it the Hormone Bible, because it is so good. It has so much information. Everything that I basically talked about is in this book, and she gives DIYs and she also uses doTERRA. So she really tailors it to how doTERRA works as well. So she's a phenomenal resource if you guys wanted more information on that. But
there is a question. Yolanda asked, what are the pinpoints to place Claricalm? Like, where's the best place to put it?
Okay, so you can put it behind your neck, and that's really good for hot flashes because it gives you a cooling sensation. And your inner wrists, and then the inside of your ankle. There's a pressure point or something having to do with reflexology that helps with your hormones, and it's your inner ankle, right in there, that whole area. If you can just you can rub it on there, your inner wrist and the back of your neck. Yeah, that's a great question. Anyone else? Because yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. But I think, yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I really like all these products. I mean, they just really work. Yeah, this was a great slide. I really liked it. Because the other one that I've used doesn't talk, it doesn't show as much, so I end up talking a lot more. But this one, I mean, it had a lot of good slides. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, but that's it. And if you guys haven't placed your order yet, you still have time to get your product of the month. The free, I think it's Litzia. How do you pronounce that? Yeah, Litzia. And you can still get it until the 15th of November. And then also all of November, Black Spruce is on sale for 10% off. And yeah, and I think that's it. Okay, so if you guys have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer.
I don't see any other questions. There is one thing that I would add from Hippie Lawyer Mom. On Saturday, December 5th at 11 a.m., we do have our Christmas soiree. If I said that right. So there's that is noted inside of the Facebook group too. Just wanted to share that note. But yeah, if there's any other questions, go ahead and put them in the chat and we can answer them.
Okay, no. All right. Okay, so we looked at them all, huh? Yeah, we answered them all.
Yeah, it looks like there aren't any questions.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming, and I hope you guys have a nice night. Let's see. Stop share.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Carmen.